December 24th, 1971. High above the dense, impenetrable canopy of the Amazon rainforest, 17-year-old Juliane Koepcke was sitting in a window seat on LANSA Flight 508. She was traveling with her mother, looking forward to spending Christmas with her father in the jungle. But as the Lockheed Electra turboprop climbed to 21,000 feet, the sky turned pitch black. They had flown directly into the dark heart of a massive, violent thunderstorm. The turbulence was catastrophic. Unsecured luggage flew through the cabin like missiles. Passengers screamed in sheer terror as the plane dropped hundreds of feet in seconds. Outside the window, daylight vanished, replaced by the terrifying, continuous strobe of lightning. Then, a blinding flash of pure white light. Lightning struck the right wing, instantly igniting the fuel tank. In a fraction of a second, the aircraft literally tore apart in midair. Juliane was suddenly outside. The deafening roar of the failing engines was instantly replaced by the terrifying, freezing rush of the wind. Still strapped to her 3-seat bench, she was violently separated from the rest of the fuselage. She was plummeting from 10,000 feet, 2 miles straight down, spinning uncontrollably, looking down at the dark green abyss of the deadliest jungle on the planet, waiting for the impact that would end her life. And then, complete darkness. When Juliane finally opened her eyes, she was on the ground. In a miracle that defies all laws of physics, the thick interlacing vines of the Amazon canopy had slowed her fall, acting as a brutal, life-saving net. She had a broken collarbone, a deep gash on her right arm, and her right eye was swollen shut. But impossibly, she was breathing. She was alive. For hours, she sat in the mud, calling out for her mother. The only answer was the sinister screeching of jungle birds. She didn't know it yet, but out of 92 people on board, she was the sole survivor. But surviving the impossible fall was only the beginning of her nightmare. She was wearing nothing but a ripped, sleeveless mini-dress and a single white sandal. She had no food, no survival gear, and no way to signal for help. She was completely alone in the deepest, most dangerous rainforest on Earth. Her parents were biologists, and her father had given her one crucial piece of advice. If you are ever lost in the jungle, find a stream and follow it to a larger river. Where there is a river, there are people. Fueled by pure, desperate willpower, Juliane began to walk. Days blurred into a hallucinatory haze of pain and starvation. She waded through waist-deep, murky water to avoid the venomous snakes camouflaged on the jungle floor. She passed massive black caimans resting on the riverbanks, hoping they wouldn't pull her under. By day 4, the harsh reality of the jungle set in. The deep wound on her arm had become severely infected. Flesh-eating maggots had nested inside her skin, eating her alive from the inside out. She could feel them moving, burrowing deeper into her flesh. By day 10, she could barely stand. She was hallucinating from severe starvation, drinking dirty river water just to stay conscious. The jungle was slowly consuming her. She was ready to lay down in the mud and let death take her. But then, her swollen eyes saw something that didn't belong in nature. A small wooden boat tied to the riverbank, and nearby, a small, abandoned logger's hut. Inside the dark hut, she found a half-empty canister of gasoline. Remembering how her father treated infected rescue animals, Juliane made a horrific choice. She poured the raw, burning gasoline directly into her open wound. The pain was absolutely excruciating, but the toxic shock forced the maggots to the surface. One by one, fighting through the agony, she pulled 35 writhing maggots out of her own flesh. Exhausted and bleeding, she collapsed on the wooden floor. The next day, local loggers returned to their camp and found her. They couldn't believe their eyes. Covered in dirt and blood, they thought she was a water spirit, a ghost of the jungle. Juliane Koepcke survived a 2-mile fall from the sky and 11 terrifying days in the deadliest jungle on earth, armed with nothing but one sandal and an unbreakable will to live. A chilling reminder that sometimes the greatest miracles are born in the darkest nightmares. If you found this story unbelievable, make sure to hit the subscribe button. We bring you terrifying, true survival stories every Wednesday.